Hello everyone, welcome back to Physical Education Class 12th. I am Rishi Pthania, Physical Education teacher in Cambridge International School, Dasua. I hope you all are safe and healthy at home. Today, we will discuss about chapter number 7, Physiology and Injuries in Sports. Last day I was discussed physiological factors determining endurance, speed and strength. But today my new topic is physiological factors determining flexibility, effects of exercise on cardiorespiratory system. Physiological factors determining flexibility. Flexibility can be defined as the range of movement of joints or the maximum range of motion at a joint that is possible about a joint without undue strength. Dear students, during sports, flexibility is most important. Without flexibility, we cannot good performance. Physiological factors that determine flexibility are given below. First is muscle strength. In order to work out properly, athletes needs to utilize a full range of motion. This becomes increasingly difficulty if the muscles are so tight that they simply cannot move in a certain direction. When a muscle is properly stretched, the associated joints becomes more flexible and range of motion increase. Weak muscles prevent the full range of motion. Thus, muscle strength is important for flexibility. Next point is joint structure. There are different types of joints in the human body. Some have a greater range of motion than others. For example, the wall and socket joint of the shoulder has the greatest range of motion of all the joints and can move in each of the anatomical planes. Therefore, structure of joints also affects flexibility. Next point is age and gender. Range of motion and flexibility decreases with advancement of age. Children have more flexibility than adults. Gender also affects flexibility as females tend to be more flexible than males. Next, fourth point is connective tissues. Deep connective tissues such as fascia and tendons can limit range of motion. Ligaments do not seem to display any elastic properties. Next is internal environment. The athlete's internal environment affects range of motion. For example, mobility is decreased immediately upon walking after a night's sleep. 10 minutes in a warm 40 degrees bath increasing body temperatures and range of motion. Next last point is previous injuries. Injuries to muscles and connective tissues can lead to a thickening on the affected area, which future decreasing the flexibility of the person. Next topic is effect of exercise on cardiorespiratory system. Cardiorespiratory system is essential for efficient pumping of blood and oxygen supply to all parts of the body. It consists of the heart and blood vessels working along with the respiratory system to deliver oxygen and remove carbon dioxide from all the tissues of the body. The cardiorespiratory system undergoes drastic changes during all during and immediately after intense exercises. While exercising, there is an increased demand for oxygen by the muscles. To fulfill this demand, there are certain short term and long term adaptations by the cardiorespiratory system. These are explained below: short term effects and long term effects. Short term effects. First is increase in heart rate. One of the short term effects of exercise is an increase in heart rate from an average heart rate of 72 beats per minute. Heart rate increased as per the intensity of exercise until maximum heart rate is achieved. It can increase up to 220 beat per minute. Second is increase in stroke volume. Stroke volume is the amount of blood ejected per beat from the left ventricle. As the intensity of exercise goes up, so does the stroke volume. Generally, the stroke volume of an individual at rest is 50 to 70 milliliter beat per beat. During exercise, it increases up to 110 to 130 milliliter per beat. Thus, the amount of blood pumped out of the left ventricle by each beat increasing by up to 80 milliliters per beat during exercise. It may reach up to 220 milliliter per beat during high intensity exercises. Third point is respiratory rate increases. The total number of respirations per minute is called respiratory rate. During exercise, respiratory rate increases from around 18 per minute to up to 80 per minute. Next point is amount of air inhaled and exhaled increases. During exercise, the amount of air inhaled and exhaled in each breath also increases from around half liter to up to 4.5 liters. Increased volume of air delivers more oxygen to the blood stream and then to the working muscles. Next point is increase in cardio output. Cardio output is the volume of blood the heart pumps in a period of 1 minute. It is a product of stroke volume and heart rate. It increases from the typical 5 liter per minute to up to 40 liters per minute during strenuous exercises. Next point is redistribution of blood flow. At rest, the muscles require only about 15 to 20% of the total amount of blood circulating through the body. During exercise, the hard-working muscles demand more oxygen from the cardiovascular system, up to 80%. In response, blood is diverted away from the digestive organs, kidney and livers, and redirected to the scattered muscles. Blood flow to the skin also increases. Next point is blood vessels expand at the skin's surface. The blood vessels serving the skin expand to the allow more blood to the surface of the body to release heat, causing skin is redden. This helps to cool the body done during exercise. Next point is increase in vital capacity. Vital capacity means the greatest volume of air that can be expelled from the lungs after taking the deepest possible breath. By doing heavy work through exercise, the vital capacity of the body of a person increases. Vital capacity can increases up to 5500 cc from a normal volume of 3500 to 4500 cc with regular exercising. Last point is increase in blood pressure. The blood pressure is the pressure of blood within the arteries. It is produced primarily by the contraction of heart muscle. Normal blood pressure range is 120 to 80 mmHg, 140 to 90 mmHg, where 120 140 mmHg is systolic blood pressure and 80 to 90 mmHg is diastolic blood pressure. During exercise, the systolic blood pressure can increases to over 200 mmHg. What diastolic BP usually remains unchanged during intensive exercise. Next is long term effects. First is increase in heart size. With regular exercise, the heart increases in size and volume. The walls of the ventricles will get bigger and therefore be able to make more powerful contractions. Second is decrease in resting heart rate. Regular exercise helps the heart becomes more efficient. Exercise requires so much work from the cardiovascular system. Sedentary period becomes relatively easier for the heart. Third is increase in stroke volume at rest. Cardiac output is the product of stroke volume and heart rate. Since resting heart rate decreases with regular exercises, therefore, the maintain the cardiac output, stroke volume increases. Next point is improved blood circulation. Exercise increases the amount of blood required by the muscles in response to which there is formation of few capillaries. The existing capillaries also open wider. This helps to improve the blood circulation and make it more efficient. Next point is decrease in blood pressure. Blood pressure decreases by up to 10 mmHg in people who exercise regularly. Next point is effects on the factors of respiratory process. The function of the respiratory system depends upon the factors like composition of blood and its circulation, the alkaline reserves of the body, the size of chest cavity, muscles of chest, the acidity of blood, etc. Regular exercise has a favorable effect on all these factors. Next point is avoids second wind. A beginner might feel the second wind during exercise, but an athlete hardly feels it during his course of activity. Next point is increase in Tandon volume. Tandon volume is a difference between volumes after a normal inhalation and a normal exhalation. Normal tandon volume in adults at rest is about 500 to 600 milliliter. After doing regular exercise, the tendon volume increases. Next point is decrease in rate of respiration in long term. Rate of respiration initially increase while exercising. However, with regular exercise, resting rate of respiration decreases. Next point is blood volume increases. The blood pressure a greater number of red blood cells in order to keep the muscles supplied with oxygen during heavy exercise. Last point is faster recovery rate. Regular exercise leads to faster recovery rate and athletes heart rate becomes normal earlier compared to a beginner. Rate of respiration also becomes normal quickly, thus, the recovery becomes fast. The cardiorespiratory system reaps a large number of benefits from regular exercise. It helps us to live a healthier life and is strong. Any from the aerobic exercise for swimming and running to dancing can help strengthen the cardiorespiratory system. Thank you very much, students. Any student who feel any doubt or any query, they can call me. And again, we will discuss new topic in class of physical education, effects of exercise on muscular system. Thank you and have a nice day.